Hello students, welcome back to our CMS online classes. This is your teacher Rajrandani Raut. Hope all you are safe at your home. Today we are going to discuss the question answers. Discuss the question answers of your chapter 3 Hilsa fish. We have completed it, no? So today we have, that means we are going to discuss and you are going to write all the question answers from your screen. So take out your pen and paper and write all the questions correctly and listen what I am discussing, and you can make over a pause on your screen to write down the answers if it is going so fast. Okay, so let's go to the topic and question number 1. Okay, why did the king want no more talk about the Hilsa fish? As you can see on your screen, the question number 1. Why did the king want no more talk about the Hilsa fish, right? That means why did the king, or you can say that the king did not want to talk about the Hilsa fish from any other. Why? See, everyone around the king was talking about Hilsa fish. That means in his palace, every courtiers are only just talking about Hilsa fish, right or not? And this had infuriated the king, irritated the king, and made him angry. So he did not want anyone to talk about the Hilsa fish. Okay. Our number 2. Question number 2 is, what did the king ask Gopal? What did the king ask Gopal to do to prove that he was clever? This is also very easy. We have discussed before that the king asked Gopal to buy a huge Hilsa fish, right or not? To buy a huge Hilsa fish from the market and bring it to the palace, and from the market to the palace there should not be, that means no one should talk about the Hilsa fish. That challenge the king given to Gopal, and Gopal did his challenge correct, that means perfectly, right or not? So our answer is, the king asked Gopal to buy a huge Hilsa fish from the market, and to ensure that no one should talk to him, no one should talk to Gopal about the fish on the entire way of market to palace. Understood? Number 3. What three things did Gopal do before he went to buy his Hilsa? What 3 things did Gopal do before he went to buy his Hilsa? We know that, that means obviously we know that Gopal half shaved his face, right or not? Gopal half shaved his face, smeared ash on his body, and wore rugs before going out to buy Hilsa fish. First is half shaved, second is smeared ash, third is wore rugs. Okay, so these 3 things Gopal did before he went to buy his Hilsa fish. Okay, next, number 4. Number 4 is, how did Gopal get inside the palace? Getting my point or not? How did Gopal get inside the palace to see the king after he had bought the huge Hilsa fish? So that means when Gopal bought the huge Hilsa fish, how he got inside the palace to see the king? Okay. Gopal started singing and dancing, right or not? We have discussed that Gopal that means the security guards did not allow him to enter into the palace. What Gopal did? Gopal started singing and dancing in front of the palace at a loud voice. And this voice, who heard? The king heard. The king heard the noise and asked the man to brought into the palace, right or not? So next we'll go for our question number 5. Explain why no one seemed to be interested in talking about Hilsa. That means why no one is interested to talk about Hilsa. So what we know that Gopal bought a huge Hilsa fish from the market and came into the palace, right or not? But no one was interested about the Hilsa that Gopal had bought. Gopal had bought one Hilsa fish, but no one was interested to talk about the Hilsa. Because why? Because of Gopal's appearance, Gopal's costume. Right or not? Gopal is looking like a madman, someone is saying crazy, that means someone is saying you are joking, right? So this part of Gopal did not explain the courtiers about the Hilsa. That means Gopal's condition and appearance made him to talk about only Gopal, to watch only Gopal. They were not watching the Hilsa fish and not talking about the Hilsa fish. Okay, so this is our question number 5. Let's go to our question number 6. Write true or false. What? Write true or false. That means the sentences are in front of you, as you can see. Number 1. The king lost his temper easily. The king lost his temper easily. It's right, because whenever, that means when every courtiers are saying about the Hilsa fish or talking about the Hilsa fish, the king lost his temper and shouted on them. So this is the true fact. Number 2. Gopal was a madman. Gopal was a madman. No, false. Because Gopal was an intelligent minister actually, right or not? He just carried the role of madman for whom? That means to make the peoples to stop talking about the Hilsa fish, right? Then number 3. Gopal was a clever man. Yes, right. That means true. Gopal was really a clever man. Number 4. Gopal was too poor to afford decent clothes. Gopal was too poor to afford decent clothes. No, this is actually wrong. Okay. Number 5. The king got angry when he was shown to be wrong. The king got angry when he was shown to be wrong. That means what? When Gopal proved the challenge, or the Gopal proved his challenge that the king has given to the Gopal, and Gopal proved it right, that time the king did not get angry. That means this sentence is false. The king was actually happy that Gopal could stop talking about Hilsa fish from everyone's mouth, right? So this is about our true and false. Okay, so here with number we are ending with our question answer discussion of chapter 3 Hilsa fish. Okay, is there any doubt? You can send us feedback.